Right now it is, we had My Work, My Pride. And right here, we're about to move to the first leg of the show right here with our guest, our first guest in the studios with us this morning. Pastor Kayode Alaka right here in the studios with us is a video editor and producer right here in the studios with us.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
I want to say this is not really my first time on this show, but this is my first time on
the scene,
on set,
as a guest.
As a guest.
Normally you walk behind the camera. He does all, as in he packages us together to making us to give you a beautiful show. But today,
of course, this is my first time as a guest.
Your first time as a guest, and of course, he is celebrating the Valentine because he is birthing love out to the nation. You are giving back one way or the other. Now we have. Let us talk about Valentines. I mean, we celebrated Valentine's yesterday. What is Valentine? What does Valentine mean to you personally?
You know, for some of us, we are not that Gen Z. We are out of that Gen Z generation. So the perspective of Valentine for some of us might be different.
Okay.
From what they are, you know, these days people tend to believe that Valentine is all about the romantic.
Well, actually, it's about romantic love, friendship, and then Christian.
Why am I not seeing it from that perspective?
But for some of us, by the grace of God, I'm a pastor. And for some of us, we see it beyond that.
Beyond that.
The Bible says, "For God so loved the world that He gave.
His only
He gave us His only begotten Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, and that is the greatest love. That is the greatest of all love. You know, this surpasses any kind of love, be it romantic, be it whatever." You know, because this is indeed a selfless love.
Yes, nobody can do that.
And that's what Valentine actually means to me. The selflessness of the giving of our Lord Jesus Christ. You know, in surrendering himself to be sacrificed. Because he had the power to actually reject, you know, to be sacrificed. But, you know, he surrendered himself. He allowed the will of the Father to take place. And to me, that is what Valentine means to me. I don't know much about the story of Saint Valentine, but I know much about the story of the Lord Jesus Christ.
It actually came, you know, it was birthed from Osogbo. You know, legend has it that Saint Valentine's was in jail.
Yes.
And then he was sending letter to his jailer's daughter.
No, there was a particular part where she was blind.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay.
So he sent letter signed from your Valentine to his jailer's daughter, and then she was actually blind before he healed her.
Yes,
and so that is also about giving.
That is a selfless love.
Exactly.
Selfless
well,
do we still have selfless love?
Yes,
do people still show selfless love in this time and era we have
some
now?
of these things, I think we should speak specifically to ourselves, and when it comes to, you know, giving selflessly. And I think I remember telling my wife that one day, you know, I was actually in a bus. I was going to my place, or I was still living in Lagos, and I was going to my studio in Lagos, and I entered the the vehicle, and somebody seated next to me was telling me that, "Look, sir, please, I don't have transport fare. I only just had to enter this bus because
out of faith.
I had to be at this. Probably it was going for a job interview or something, and I just had to be there. I don't have transport fare. And funny enough, myself, I don't out beyond my transport fare.
Oh my goodness.
So what I did was I called the conductor and said, "Conductor, over, I had to come down." So I gave my transport fare
to him.
Wow.
I gave it to him to pay for his transport fare. I came down from the bus and I trekked
to your distance.
Almost 1 hour distance from that place. I trekked from that place to my office.
You know, before this story, I was actually going to ask you, what is one selfless thing you did in recent time? And that is really, that is really selfless. I mean, really.
So I had to trek down to the office. When I was telling people, like, "Are you foolish? Are you stupid? What's your hold?"
I don't see it as that.
But I don't see that. I had to, because I knew he has to get to that particular place. Probably was going for a job interview. I was going to my own studio. I could get there at any time. When I get to the office, I could put on the AC, you know, relax, and, you know, get off it, and, you know. But that guy might just lose a job. So I felt the best way for me to go is to, you know, to give up my transport.
I'm going to relate the story to, you know, tithing. And when people come out to say that they feel that when you give your tithes, one pastor somewhere is going to, in quotes, eat your tithe and all of that. And then one particular pastor says, "Okay, you know the address of God. Why don't you give your tithe to God directly?" But talking about selfless love, which is what we are, the topic before us today. How do you apart from what you did, you know, the very obvious one, what other ways do you think that as humans, let's not base it as Christians now, as humans, how do we begin in society, anywhere we are, at our places of work, in church, how do we begin? Because selfless love is really dying.
Yeah,
people,
it is.
people want to gain something, the leverage on one thing, you know, in any relation. So how do we begin to show selfless love? What are the things?
You know, love actually is giving. There's no love without giving. You have to give your time. You have to give your emotions. You have to give everything that you had. You've seen people that have been into a relationship and they are giving all. In fact, you've seen somebody that you know, had a PhD and he gave it all, you know, to be with the family. There was a time, I think Osogbo being a very popular
actress,
thespian, and you know, at that peak. And but she said, look, the daughters, the children, they're in UK. They needed her presence. They needed her motherly presence and everything. And she had to just, you know, relinquish everything that she had in Nigeria, move to the UK with the children. She became a cleaner.
Just so she could be closer to the children.
She became a cleaner. She was, you know,
menial
doing menial jobs, you know, and you know, it's not to raise the children, but to be closer to them because the children needed her at that particular time. It's giving. Now, what she has given is her time. What she has given is a career. What she has given is everything that means everything to her. And that is love. That is the essence of love. Because when you say you are in love and you cannot give, I wonder how you want to qualify the kind of love that you have. You are in love with someone. You are in love with something, and you cannot give all that you have. You know,
in marriages today,
oh Lord, are you really going to go down that line?
You know, in marriages and relationships, you find that people just, when something is not serving them, to just walk away all of that.
Walk away.
Are you saying that selfless love is not, you know, resident in those families and in those marriages?
Like this one.
You know, we have peculiar cases anyway.
Okay.
Nobody's saying that anybody should stay in a toxic marriage, you know, where your life is threatened, where you're about to lose your life. But, you know, we've seen people walk away from marriage because the husband fell sick. And they said, look,
I can't do
this no more.
Yeah.
You know, because the guy fell sick or the wife fell sick. I think about the story of a woman that ran mad. She ran mad. And the woman ran, you know, but the only thing that could calm her down is the presence
of a husband.
Of the husband.
Oh my goodness.
So the husband decided to leave everything, even his job, to go stay with her in the hospital, so that she can regain back her memory and she can be whole again. And you know, he did it for, you know, years until the wife eventually got healed. That is selfless.
That is actually selfless.
Do you understand? So when you say you love something and out of any little challenge you are ready to walk away, little challenge, or even call it big challenge, like somebody is very sick and you are ready to walk away. Somebody is going through one crisis or the other, you are ready to walk away. You are not really demonstrating the love. That's why, you know, in church, when we join in couples together, there is this oath that they take. And the oath says, for better, for worse, in sickness,
and
in health, in riches and in poverty. You know, so, but we've seen that some people have taken that angle out and they said, for better,
for stay,
for
worse, for go. Yeah, I mean, I tell you.
So you now realize that what is the love that we are practicing? So it is only for better, for stay, and out of any, if the guy loses his job, you are ready to walk. If the wife loses her face, maybe she had an accident. A very beautiful lady before, she had an accident.
She's got a scar.
She had a scar on her face.
Or
disability. And you are ready to move. It shows that you are only married to the face in the first instance. Or you are married to the job in the first instance.
You got a house because of the paint.
You understand? So
I think a lot of people could have been selfless. A lot of people have abused it too. So would you blame anybody who has been abused before and just decided, I just want to do things for myself alone? It doesn't mean I don't wish you well, but I might not be able to go out of my way. I might not be able to go all selfless for anyone anymore. Does that make such a person a bad person?
No, I'm trying to remember a particular biblical quote that says, while we are yet sinners, Christ died for us. You see? While we were yet sinners, he died for us. Now, this simply shows that, you know, he died for us irrespective of our sins. There was a particular portion in the Bible. Sorry, I'm taking you a lot of time.
No, it's fine.
Where they were saying that, look, how many times should your brother offend you and you get mad? You understand?
Okay.
And, you know, people are like, wow, if he offends me 7 times, yeah, I've tried. I've forgiven him 7 times. After 7 times, I can't take it again. You know, and he actually said, look, the truthful answer is 70 times, 7 times. So how do you begin to count? So you offended me today, first time, and you know we are still going to 70 times 7 times. You know, by the time you get to like 10 counts,
you're going to lose count.
You have already lost
count. So I
count.
just keep forgiving you over and over again.
Just forget about it. Just forgive. I was telling somebody recently about a younger sister of mine. I said, look, I know her, and I know what she can do, but I have already forgiven her even before she did it. So I cannot get offended by any of her actions. Do you understand? So the fact that, look, you have, you know, forgiving somebody before, or that person keeps going back to it, does not stop you as humans, because we are also work in progress. God keeps working on us. We are not perfect. He keeps working on us. We fall, he brings us up. We fall, he brings us up severally until the very end. So I think demonstrating selfless love does not stop because the person keeps going back.
Okay.
Well, yesterday, let's go back to Valentine's now. Yesterday was Val, and then we have several young people today because of the misconceptions around, you know, what Valentine's is. It's actually about, you know, love and all that. But what are the ways, the right ways to celebrate love or to show love, and what are the wrong ways to show love?
The right way, as I have said, number 1 is giving. So giving in different essence. You know that a text message is giving. You know, I got something last year. I think from you. I later found out.
Okay.
Because I was wondering the way they wrote it and said, Mr. Pastor, was like, it could be so person.
Okay.
So I took my time to find out before I eventually got it. But it really made my day. Not even the food. I gave the food out. You know, but it was the text.
Those little things.
The text. The write-ups on it. It really got me. I never. There was a time in my former church in Lagos, and I was doing my, what do we call it? My wedding night. We don't call it bachelor eve in the church. We call it probably spinsters night or something. So they invited me, and you know, it was my wedding was the next day, so they were doing that stuff. So people are coming out to give testimonies about myself and my wife to be and stuff. So a particular woman came up and said, Pastor K. He said, this thing that I'm about to say might not make sense to some other people. But this really means a lot to me. And what was that? He said, do you know that it is only Pastor K in this church that will always ask me about my husband, my children, how are they feeling? I hope they are fine. He said, she said she always looks forward
to see
me,
so you can
because
ask her
I can
again.
always ask her. I say, Madam, and I was just doing that, even without.
Normal thing.
So, like, Madam, how are you? How are my children? I hope they are fine. How is their school? Hope everything is okay. God bless you. That little thing, but it meant
so much to her.
So the right way of giving, you know, the right way of showing love is actually giving. Giving in a lot of sense. It could be through text messages. Somebody was talking about saying something yesterday about giving of boxers, giving of singlets.
Yeah.
You know, they see it as the only way of showing love on Valentine. No, it goes beyond that. It also, although it is also part of it, but it goes beyond that. How can I buy? Somebody said, how can I give you a car as a Valentine
and you buy me a singlet? How? Does it matter?
What is the correct? Can you measure at what scale?
I don't think it's supposed to be measured.
Do you understand? So I think it's actually the value
and the thoughts
of what you are giving. So I think that is the right way of showing love. The wrong way of showing love is the misconception that you spoke about. The misconception is the wrong way of the only way of showing love is that look, you have to sleep with me to show love. If you know you love me, then you have to.
I mean, some men actually say that.
They say that.
You have to.
You
have to get down with you.
So if you know you love me, you have to get down.
You can gain things from me.
And you begin to, and a lot of ladies are falling for this. It's the wrong way of showing love. The wrong way of showing love is, probably sharing condoms on social media like this. Although
why you're sharing it?
So
what are you promoting?
So you are preempting, or you are promoting,
immorality.
It's not like that, but it's kind of course.
Yes, it's kind of.
So it's the wrong way of showing love. The wrong way of showing love is so that you can gain something from the person. So you don't show love to somebody that is so caring to you around you, but you want to go and show love to somebody that is rich.
So you can, for the games.
On the Valentine, they just send the text. Good morning, sir. Happy Valentine. Wonderful day to you. This. And they say, oh, thank you for remembering me. Please send me your account. You wanted to do that because of what you want to get from him. It's a wrong way of showing love. I think that is, is exploitative. And that is a lot of stuff that we have around us. A lot of people will even give ladies gift that yesterday.
Yeah.
Because of they want to get down with them.
Yeah.
It's the wrong way of showing love.
Yeah.
They have an ulterior motive, behind this showing love.
Okay, I want to go to what you're wearing on your t-shirt right now. I can see Osun Gospel Music Award and Concert.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people who are self-made. I mean, not self-made, helped made, and somehow they find it very difficult to give back to the society. A lot of people just huddle up whatever it is that God, because I believe God is the giver of blessings, they just huddle it up inside them. They're not ready to give back. But somehow you came and you're putting together Osun Gospel Music Award and Concert. Pastor Alaka, I need to ask you this. What brought about this idea in you?
Yeah. It came about by the reason of my program. On this TV station, I anchor a TV program called Spring Gospel. It's been over a year now.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, this February, we make it a year officially. I started, presenting that program.
Yes.
And in the course of presenting that program, I've had interactions with a lot of gospel ministers.
Okay.
Gospel artists, people that has given joy to a lot of households, people that has blessed a lot of us, and that the only thing that we tell them is God bless you. I've had stories of gospel ministers that goes for big concerts, and when they are going, they tell them, God bless you. And they had to walk back home. They could not even afford
to get themselves home.
I've had stories of gospel ministers almost being beaten up by their instrumentalists, by their band. Because at the end of the program, the host never gave them a dime. And they don't care about, whatever call of God that you said you have upon your life. They are doing this for business.
They have to get paid.
And if you cannot afford this, they can beat her up. We have had stories of people going to programs, going to churches, and blessing, the entire congregation, and the pastor calling for a special offering and say, wow, this sister has blessed us so much. You have to call for offering. And they called for offering, they gave out offering. The sister was happy. I said, wow, thank God, they're blessing us already. Thousands of money were coming in. And at the end of the day, when the offering session ended, they packed the entire thing and said, sister, please send us your account number. You have to count this, take out your tithe, and send the remaining money to you. And up until today, they got nothing. So we've seen that a lot of times, gospel ministers, despite the huge joy and blessings that they have been to us,
to people's souls,
the people have really shown them less love. Less love beyond God bless them. Now, we've seen that most of these guys, they have their challenges. Some of them cannot even afford to pay for their singles. Some of them could not even afford to put up a concert together. And they have so much grace of God upon their lives. So from my interaction with them, I said, look, I think the only way out of my talk, I don't have any backup anywhere except God. I said, out of my little income, I can put together something for gospel musicians, especially those that are from Osun State or that lives within Osun State, to celebrate and appreciate them for what they have done for us so far.
So it was from the inception, it was from the program you were able to deduce like our music, our gospel artists are not being celebrated enough.
Yes.
And how has that been? How has that been so far? What responses have you been getting since you opted out for this?
Yes, to the glory of God, in fact, a lot of them really In fact, I had a call sometimes ago. Somebody called me for 17 minutes. One notable gospel artist called me for 17 minutes just praying for me. He said, how did I even think about this? That nobody has ever, this is the first of its kind in Osun State. This is the first of its kind. The Osun Gospel Music Award and Concert is the first of its kind. It has never been held before. Now that for years we have had great musicians, people like Bola Are, coming out from Osun State, people like Bisi Alawiye, coming out from Osun State, people like Oyindamola Adejumo, Baba Salah's daughter, Olorunmi Montoshi, coming out from Osun State. We've had songs that have gone beyond the shore of this country. Coming out from Osun State. You know, can you say, nobody will say, we don't know Mumobito, Mumobito, Bade. Oh yeah, and these guys are coming from Osun State. These guys are from Osun State, and nobody has ever thought it, deem it fit to celebrate. So the person actually called me, and it was just blessing me, appreciating. And so we've had, a lot of other artists also showing us love. Big Bolaji was speaking to me recently. A lot of people don't even know some of these people are from
Osun State here.
Big Bolaji was like, wow. I really appreciate it. And they are coming around for the show. So far, I've had the tremendous, support from the community, from the gospel musicians themselves. We've had tremendous support from them. And we have also had some people that are, lovers of the gospel. That they are ready and willing to support anything that has to do with the gospel. Also coming in to say, look, how can we get involved? What can we do? And to the glory of God, so far so good. At least we are 90%, up there to cross the line for the show.
With an event of this magnitude, there will surely be needs, special needs, areas that you're looking to. What are those things that you currently still need?
A lot, my dear sisters. For me, this program has already got millions, but I don't know how they were coming in. Somebody just called me this morning and said, Pastor, I just sent it 20K, that little 20K, add it to the bill.
Definitely.
So before you know it, I've spent a lot of money on this already, and getting the lights, getting the venue, getting the the way it is, red carpet and all those stuff. Everything put together is very, very expensive, and a lot of people have made promises like, I'm going to support you. Although those promises have not started coming in. Some were coming even from the diaspora. Some were coming in even from the diaspora, from brethren that I never expected. They believed and they keyed into it, and they're like, Pastor, please send us to
this should have been in exemption since a very long time.
And they were supporting. But nevertheless, we are still some few bridges to cross. We still need support in terms of food, in terms of lighting, in terms of the red carpets. We still need support to pick up some of our brochures and materials, and we still need support for that.
I'm particular about the award categories.
Okay.
Yeah, because all this I believe is going to fall into place. Everything is going to be sorted out, because there is no way you're working for God and you're giving back to people who have satisfied human souls. So definitely this is a blessing and a success already. Now the category of these awards, how do you coin them? How do you carve them out? Do you have a team working on you, or you just sit down and feel like, okay, this person deserves this? Let's take us on that journey.
Of course, there are two categories to this. In total, we have 28 people that we are giving out awards. 28. So
28 awardees.
So it was segmented into 3. We have some that are honorary awardees.
Okay.
Felt these are deserving. They have paid their dues.
Okay.
They have done their bit to promote the gospel music in Osun State. So we coined they are like about 11 of them.
Honorary
awardees. So that's number 1.
Okay.
And these are awardees that are famous. Notable names.
Okay.
Already. That's the first category. The second category is the awardees that are by vote.
Okay.
So far so good on our website, because we have to create a website for this. On our website, we've had almost 3,000 votes coming in already for the award. People are voting.
Is the voting process still on?
No, it ended by January 31st.
Okay.
So that we can have time to print the awards
and collate them.
Put them together. So we have a team, of course. We have a committee made up of, experienced gospel ministers. We have members from Fogmon, that is our Fellowship of Gospel Music Ministers. We have members of Goman, that is Gospel Music Association of Nigeria. We even have from PMAN, because there is a particular category there that is called the Best Gospel Entertainment category. Now, when you look at that category, it comprises of people that are Christians, but they are doing secular job. Because you don't push them out and say, look, because you don't sing gospel song,
you are not a part of us.
You are not a part of us. So PMAN, they are part of us. They are also doing, a lot of them are Christians. People like Most Precious, people like Bob Shalom, people like PSV Band, and they are in that category, for the Best Gospel Entertainment Award. You understand? So we have PMAN, represented in that aspect. We have other notable gospel ministers, experienced, in Osun State, that are also part. Then we have advisory council, we have advisory body. One of our advisory committee member is Dr. Mrs. Temitope Felix Owolabi.
Okay.
She's actually one of our matron, and the wife of the governor, Ngozi Adeleke. She has been of tremendous support thus far in counsel, in good support here and there to us. So they give us like, why don't you put it this way? Why don't you do it this way? So in all this, we were able to collate together these 28 awardees, different categories, the honorary category, the voting categories. Then we now have one that is like the philanthropist category.
Okay.
Where we are honoring some outstanding philanthropists, people like Honorable Bamidele Salam, who will always be willing to come on any gospel platform anytime that it is being done. In fact, the last time we were speaking, he said, please remind me up until the morning of the show, so that as I'm closing from church, I'm coming for that program. People like Dr. Femi Adifila that has given us platforms both on radio and television.
Fair enough.
To propagate the spread of the gospel of God. People like Dr. Fikayo Ben. One of the things that Dr. Fikayo Benson will be doing for us, that is the chairman of Benson Adeyemi Foundation. On that day, he will be having a free medical team. That will be on standby on that day to give free medical assistance in a lot of areas to people for free. And they'll be on standby for that day. And we've had resources of people like Mr. Felix, the chairman of Richest Chicken. On that day, apart from the fact that he's giving us some materials, which I will not be mentioning here, but he's also coming in on that day, preparing barbecue and chicken.
Yeah, just for that day, to feed people. So that is actually some extension of love.
You understand? So by the grace of God, we've had people, we have them in another category like that, as philanthropists coming in to support us, and so we're also giving them award.
All right. Well, so far it has been an insightful conversation.
Honestly, and I'm looking forward to Osun Gospel Music Awards.
It's taking place on February 23rd. Let's quickly state that.
Okay.
It's taking place on February 23rd, 2025. That is next Sunday.
That is next week Sunday.
Yes, next week Sunday by 12 o'clock. It's going to be like an 8-hour program. We are going to be giving out awards. We are going to also be having concerts, enjoying ourselves. All these big artists that we've been seeing on TV all this while, you'll be seeing them live.
Can we hear what that program will actually feature? I mean, what's going to happen that day? What should people look for?
On February 23rd, 2025, by 12 p.m. the program is starting.
Okay.
2 hours, marathon praise, back to back, 2 o'clock.
Oh, Lord.
By then, all our guests are expected to have been on seat, and immediately that we commence the program. We give out the honorary category award to people first. And one good thing is that as these people are receiving the award, they're also going to be ministering their favorite songs.
Oh, that's beautiful. That just gave me awe.
We have a live DJ. We have a live DJ that has the list of all these songs already. We have a standing band. Somebody also gave us Adire, for all our band. All our band gave us 40 yards of Adire for all our bands. So we have a standing band for all our artists. And all of them, as they're receiving the award, they'll also be ministering their songs back to back.
Yeah.
We will also be having the voting categories. You said we are not going to be releasing it yet until that day.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them will be getting to know on that day for the first time. So back to back until the evening after the whole award has been given. Then we have another category for choir, best gospel choir in Osun State. We have different churches, 9 churches, nominated for this. And on that day, all those churches will also be ministering in songs, and we're going to be declaring a winner.
Wow. Okay.
That's beautiful.
2024. We are ready. We are ready to go. So, is there any way? I mean, should in case anyone is watching this and wants to just like tap into this glory,
exactly,
you know,
maybe for sponsorship, or has it closed?
You know, it has not closed. My dear.
Yeah. So
it has
you
not
need
even
to
up
drop.
until the morning of the
So
event.
because of the warmth of our
It has
time,
not
you
closed.
just drop.
We have a Zenith Bank account.
Okay.
2176912660.
Okay.
Let me take it again. 2176912660. 2176912660. Zenith Bank account.
Okay.
Kayode Alaka.
Oh.
They can support us through that, and they can also call us on.
Please, very important. You can always drop your number.
07036297983. That's WhatsApp. 07036297983. You can also reach us there.
That is it about that with our first guest, Pastor Kayode Alaka, who is ready and getting ready to give back to the state and the country. You know, it is also a celebration of love, whether you like it or not. He's bringing in gospel artists all from far and wide to rep and to give back. So it has been a beautiful time speaking with you, Pastor Alaka. It's well done, and we already know it is a success.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.